In the weeks leading up to my graduation ceremony, I took things a little slowly. In the first few weeks, I filled my days with friends that I haven't met up with in ages, catching up to speed with them and saying a good number of goodbyes, which was a little tough to swallow. In February, I spent more time reconnecting with myself, contemplating the large, unfathomable uncertainty of what loomed ahead post-grad, delving deeper into the subjects that interested me, and reconnecting with myself in the little ways I had forgotten and had become too busy for. In the past year, I had become more familiar with arts and cultural scene in Korea, and when I heard about Heyri Art Village, I knew it had to be done. Thus, a little day trip was arranged, and we were off to Paju, a 2-hour bus ride away from where I lived in Seoul. In writing, Heyri Art Village sounded like a creative utopia. It celebrated writers, painters, actors, architects, and musicians. Walking around, it was easy to cross artist residencies, museums, galleries, and amongst the many, we decided to go to a cafe called Camerata, which is an analog music room cum cafe. You're asked to pay 10,000 won upon entry, and you can pick any drink with complimentary muffins. I'm not a classic aficionado of any sort, but the auditory power of the speakers made it such a pleasant and memorable experience.
제일 큰 거? 너 찍어봐야지.
Haiti is dotted with various types of shops like this one, which sold everything from makeup and other oils to fake bonsai trees and art prints. It was a strange mix, but unfortunately most of the shops were closed for some reason, so this is one of the few that we managed to see. One thing that you can see for sure is a lot of different animals. Almost each cafe had a pet dog or cat, and they could be seen basking in the sun in various parts of the village.
기준이 안 보이나 보다.
아 그래 까까 인사
Others say that I've been drifting away.
걔
Don't care
찍었어.
from which star or page, habituating every action from the
뭐가
phone 'cause
보여?
I'm not where I wait. Apple picking in the summer, cherry picking
나
in
보여?
May. A blur, a slur, a slurp, and for sure.
아,
The
내가
witness
보이겠지.
driving me towards other worlds. Black hole, cracked phone, avoiding every asshole, bedazzled rascal. I guess that's the
어머 이거 예뻐. 아 하얀 배경이 진짜 예쁘다.
오 예쁘다 예쁘다
Why don't you come out to play it more?
좀 시들었지만 한 이 정도? 아 이게 이게 한 5만 원일걸? 버스 이거 또 다.
돈 많이 썼어 이뻐 이뻐 아 그랬구나 아 괜찮아 아이 예뻐라 어디지 아유 반가워 반가워 어이구 아유 무서워 그거 너무 크다 야 무서워
아 귀여워.
아,
앉아.
반가워
어 냄새나.
아이 예뻐 아이 어머 힘이 너무 세 아야 아야 했어 나 아야 해
반가웠는데.
진짜 아야 야 아야 잘 있어 뭐 반가워 누나가 힘이 아 누나 무서워 반가워
앉아.
앉아 반가워서 그래 너무 아야야야
만져줄래?
만졌어 아이고 이뻐라 아이고 이쁘다 아이고 이쁘다 아이고 이쁘다 누나
아 귀여워.
너무 세사야. 아 이뻐라. 아 이뻐. 아 이뻐. 아 이뻐. 아 이뻐.
아 너무 귀여운 거 아니야?
아 이뻐.
미쳤다.
아 이뻐. 아 이뻐. 그랬죠? 이뻐 이뻐. 어. 이뻐. 네네네네네네. 나 이거 사진 하나만 찍어줘.
오케이.
네네네네. 여기가. 아이고,
야마. 왜? 아, 나 밑동 안 훑다가. 아이고. 앉아, 진정.
After strolling around, we stumbled upon this kalguksu restaurant, which literally claimed the name Good Kalguksu Place. They had this adorable little kitty and sold some pottery on the side. It was sunny and beautiful and had great noodles. The rest of the afternoon, our hearts and stomachs warm. We strolled around the rest of the little village. There was not much to see because most things were closed except this Saturday market, where they sold some fashion items.
이게 카메라가.
It was enough to get a glimpse of what this place could be in warmer seasons if promoted and run well enough. It was hard to tell whether these places were permanently closed or just so because we happened to go on a bad day. But overall, it was a sunny getaway and reminded me somewhat of Jeju Island. Of that, it possessed that feeling of leaving home and being just far enough to get comfort from it, but to appreciate everything with novelty.
그럼 라식하면 되겠네. It was pretty good. It was really unexpected. It was large and a lot to see in one place. But in another sense, it was also large, but quite disappointing. A lot of the shops were closed, and I'm not sure if it was because of winter or because they just closed down. But a lot of them seemed like empty or half finished, and that was pretty disappointing because I love the concept of it. You can clearly tell that there was a lot of effort and planning put into this because of the architecture. Most of the houses had different designs and they were quite stunning, but they were empty and they were dirty and not dirty but disorganized and kind of run down. So I guess that I just hope that maybe it's because it's winter so things shut down temporarily. But also in general, I was just kind of disappointed about the quality of things that were there. So I don't know, if a lot of it seemed redundant, and like the flea markets that were open, most of them had the same thing that could be seen in the subway stations in Seoul. So this was pretty disappointing overall. Like the food, we went into a cool music room which was lovely. It was 10,000 won for entrance fee and unlimited bread. So the bread was pretty good. The pastry, it was nice. Like that, I don't regret. The kalguksu we had for lunch was pretty good. Besides that, I'm not really sure that I saw anything amazing or remarkable that I would love to go back to.